Welcome to the first official Poli-Techs Galaxy S8 review. Poli-Techs is collectively a group of techies, tech heads, different parts of the country, and we just kind of put our opinions out there. So all our channels are actually listed in the descriptions below, and I'm just going to go ahead and kick this thing off. Starting with the software experience with the Galaxy S8 Plus. First of all, I mean, that was day one when I unboxed the phone and I took a look at this thing and I noticed how smooth and intuitive the software experience is. There was no hiccups, no lag. I have seen over time, because I've been using this thing for like the last 3 weeks, I've seen minor frame drops, like if I'm exiting an app, I've seen it, but that could be solved easily by just going through your menus and disabling animations. So that would be problem solved there. But overall, man, experience is pretty smooth. You see this lock screen, right? So I keep mine with the always on display. And so if you want to go ahead and unlock your phone, there's a couple different ways. Leave it to Samsung to put this, you see where this fingerprint sensor is? I'm all the way up. It was such a disappointment for them to put this fingerprint sensor. I'm all the way up. And because it's so hard to reach it sometimes, but it works when you do reach it. Like, it takes no time to unlock. If you don't want to use the fingerprint sensor, since it's so high up there, you do have the option to use the iris scanner. You can use it really easy just by pressing and holding this home button. And when you hold it down, it activates the iris scanner. And as soon as you look at it, it's open. So it works relatively quickly. The iris scanner has been a hit or miss for me. Mainly just due to the fact that if you're out in the daylight, it's going to be really hard. That thing just hardly works in the daylight. But in darker areas, it works fine. Like in some cases, I don't even see the iris UI hit. I just go ahead and hit the home button and my screen just unlocks. Like, it's that quick. Here's actually honestly what's been the life changer for me for this phone is Samsung Pay. Samsung Pay, for the most part, has been a pleasure to use. Like, everywhere I go, I'm just spoiled by this thing. Cause all I have to do is take my phone out, tap it on any debit card swiper thing, pin pad. I guess that's what they call it, and it just automatically picks it up. So win-win there. Also, you got the edge display. Like, some people don't like the edge display. For me, you've got different screens and different little shortcuts to get to different parts of the phone, different apps. You also have the rectangle for, like, if you want to take a snapshot and cut out something, you can use that rectangle cutout, and you can adjust the square how big or how small you want it to be. You can also do the same thing with the oval. Same thing with the GIF animator. You can just watch you can actually copy a recorded playing video on any video, not necessarily just YouTube. You can, I don't know, Netflix probably blacked it out, but but any video that's playing, you could probably just create a GIF out of it. And then you've got other shortcuts to things like sports. You can look at the weather, calendar, see what's going on, and a clipboard. Like the edge panel just has so many different shortcuts. Then you also have features to, if you have your specific contacts that call you and your phone is laying down, which I hardly ever do, you do have the edge light up option where it'll light up a certain color, which is a kind of cool feature. I don't use it personally, but if that's what you're into, you can use it. Also, you do have the feature that was taken from the Google Pixel, which I love so much, was the use of the fingerprint sensor to swipe down, and you can get to your notifications. I understand the S8 Plus is a pretty tall phone. It's not as wide because they have the 18:9 aspect ratio. 18.5:9, sorry. You got to put that half in there because that half counts. However, I've noticed that when you do have your phone horizontally and you're looking at a YouTube video, I noticed with the Pixel, I can swipe up and down still when I have it horizontally, but over here you have to still kind of do it left or right. So keep note of that. Overall, man, the software experience, there's a lot of things that you can do with this phone software-wise in comparison to other phones. There's just this phone is feature packed with some of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass the video on to Mekel, and check out our T.E.N.S live streams. Just about every 2 or 3 weeks we do put out a live stream on the T.E.N.S channel. That's on Steele's channel. He's on the back end of this. Stay tuned for more. Keep watching.
What's good, everyone? This is your boy Mekel Casanova. I'm coming at you with my part of this video and this collaboration with the other Poli-Techs members. And I'm going to be talking about, just look at the aesthetic design of this phone. This is aesthetically and gorgeously and just lustfully and a whole lot of other things I could really go into saying. But this phone is the most absolute beautiful phone I've ever had the pleasure of being able to hold. And just look at it. Like, if you look at this, it's so seamless all the way around. Like, from the fingerprint scanner, which doesn't bother me because I can easily just do that, to the way it just curves and it just goes into the other part of the phone. I mean, you got your buttons, like you got your power button here, you got your volume up and down rocker, you also got your Bixby button, and a couple other things. You got your speaker output, you got your USB Type-C, your headphone jack. Yeah, Samsung wasn't brave enough to, get rid of headphones because there's some of us who still use headphones. And you got your, your speaker, your front-facing camera. You also got the ability to unlock the phone just by looking at it and just go from there. See, I just unlocked it. Now I can go to all my different apps and whatnot. This phone, okay, so I'm gonna compare it to a couple other things. Like, you got right here, this is the jet black iPhone 7 Plus, right? Now, I frequently go between iOS and Android constantly, right? So my personal line is my Apple phone. And then my business line and everything else I use for this, even for work. Like, I like being able to play with the different ecosystems, but when it comes to just, I need to pick up a phone and go, and I need to decide what am I gonna rock with today. Now, I've got 3 phones. I've got the S8 Plus, I've got the 7 Plus, and I've also got the Pixel XL. Now, I love my Pixel XL. I love stock Android, as I've told you guys time before. I love how smooth and seamless it is. But when I look at it, it just ain't that phone that just makes me want to go, it's sexy. It's just not, and I look at it, it just looks like a phone. It just looks plain. It's just, I'm gonna use it for what I need to do. Calls, texts, power using. And then I look at my iPhone. And yes, it's the jet black. I had to go with this. The fingerprint, so much magnet, as you can tell. I like it, but iOS is just kind of boring to me. It's plain. Don't get me wrong, it works, but it's kind of boring. So I go through it and I'm like, okay, I can pick it up, I can rock with it. But when I have to choose between those 3 and what's gonna be my daily driver for that day, and I pick this up, I mean, just look, your eyes, if you were to pick between the iPhone and this just screams, hold me. It's a gorgeous phone. It's fast. I've actually, from my experience, I've had this for about 3 weeks now. It's faster than my Pixel. If I have to pick between which Android device I'm rocking today, the Pixel XL or, this, I'm sorry, I'm going with the S8 Plus. I mean, the display, look how gorgeous that display is. Yeah, I mean, it just does what it does. This 2K QHD display, the Pixel has it too, but this just does it on a whole nother level. So I'm going to pass it off to the other guys in Poli-Techs. Thanks for rocking with me. Stay through the video. You'll have links to everything in the description below. Deuces.
What's good, everybody? This is your boy Steel Toro, host of your favorite every other Saturday night live stream on YouTube called T.E.N.S. Part of this collab with my boys in Poli-Tech, I'm going to be talking briefly about some of the connectivity with the S8 and the Gear S3 Frontier, one of my favorite watches. We're talking briefly about the wireless charging for the Gear S3 and the Galaxy S8. the new Bluetooth 5 technology is part of the phone, and some of my favorite features of the phone and the watch together. So thank you guys for tuning in, and without further ado, let's get right into it.
The Galaxy S8 and the Gear S3 Frontier are wireless charging compatible. The wireless base for the S8 is sold separately and comes in many different variations. The Gear S3 comes with wireless charging base right out of the box. A full charge for the S8 on a wireless base can take anywhere from 1 to 3 hours depending on the base. One of my favorite features about the S8 is the new Bluetooth 5 capability. This basically allows you to be within 1,000 feet of your wireless speaker and still be able to hear your music without disconnecting. For example, lastly, when it comes to compatibility, the Galaxy S8 and Gear S3 seem to be made for one another. For instance, when I get an email, I love how I can fully read the message right from my watch, or I can select View Message on Phone and the email will display promptly on my phone. You have this option with almost any app on the phone from which you receive notifications.
So there you have it for me, short and sweet. Hope you guys enjoyed that. If you're looking for a more in-depth unboxing review of the Galaxy S8, tune into Alpha Rakama's page. I believe he has a really good unboxing of the Galaxy S8 on his YouTube stream. Also, if you're looking for a more in-depth review and unboxing of the Gear S3 Frontier, check out OffficialKeithit's page on YouTube. He's got a great video demonstrating a lot of the features and functionality and unboxing of the Gear S3 Frontier. Hope you guys enjoyed it.